going on in the story. But I'm a little bummed that it's going to get a little interesting come August when, they're in Austin and I'm in Vancouver. Granted, I'll nap more. I'll get more sleep if I'm in Vancouver.
Yeah. But I think too, like what we get asked to is like, we have 5 kids and they're like, how do you do it? And I'm like, you just do it. You you don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to have more wrinkles. I'm going to have more gray
Sure,
hair.
yeah.
But it's, you just step up to the plate and you do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
And going from 1 to 2 now to 3 kids, you just do it. Like it's going to be a little bit harder, but you do it. You get through it. It's a season of life. I always call Jep laughs at me because everything's a season. And I'm like, this season's difficult. This season, we're going to work our butts off. And we're sometimes we're not going to see the kids as much, but next season is going to be a different, and you take, and that's what you teach your kids too, is like it's just a season. If it's hard,
the off season.
Yeah, there's no off. The season of fun and the season of like rest, and like you said, your rest place is when you're in Austin. It's laid back, and that's kind of what we're drawn to, and that's why we love Austin so much. And so, right now you're working your butt off for your kids and your family, and that's what a dad does. That you step into the plate and you work,
do, right?
and those seasons will come to an end at some point, and then you'll get to like.
No. Not
on Supernatural.
All the fans, including us.
There'll be 60-year-old Dean and Sam.
Including us, of Supernatural want it to go like 47 seasons.
Yes.
You're right, though. It will.
I want to see you with Bane.
Bane! Little Walker.
You can stab a demon
with. Yes, the old demon blade cane. You're right. I heard a funny, when you were mentioning you kind of just make it happen, it made me think of a quote I heard. I don't remember who said it, but it's almost like they said there was an actor, and they said, if you give an actor 3 months to prepare for a role, it'll take him 3 months. If you give him 3 minutes, it'll take him 3 minutes.
Right.
The idea being like, if your 2 options are, I'm going to keep my kids alive and happy or not, you're going to keep your kids alive and happy. And I also had somebody tell me, it was a friend of mine who either had 4 kids or 5 kids, or maybe 3 kids when I had 2, but they're like, you know what? And to a degree, having 3 kids is not more difficult than 1. They still take your everything.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just now it's split up and.
Yeah.
And you have an amazing wife.
I have an
Yes.
yeah,
So-
exactly. Yeah, if it weren't for her, I couldn't do anything.
Well, talk about her thing now. And Jen.
Yeah. I want to. You need to plug Jen's new blog.
I do, yeah, and I know she'd love to be on it and plug it herself.
Yes.
But she is for those who don't know her, she's super type A personality. She's a hard worker. She's an amazing mom. She's an amazing actress. She reads. She writes. She's very into fashion and into kids goods and into cooking and into like farming, even though we don't have a farm, but we have some chickens and she likes learning about them. She very much, she's a bon vivant. She loves life. She loves learning. And she's been, as if she's not busy enough, raising 3 kids with an absentee husband. She's decided to share some of her passions through this blog, Now and Jen. And she's invited me to come on and maybe have a little what do you call it, editorial where I write every now and again for her and kind of express my own opinion. But I'm really excited because she's been through a lot in her life. She's had her ups and downs, and she's worked hard, and she's moved around, and she's got a couple degrees, and she was a college soccer player. And I've obviously learned so much from her, and I'm excited that more people will have the opportunity to kind of meet her via her words.
Agreed. I think everybody needs a little
amazing.
Jen in their life.
Everyone needs a little Jen.
Everybody does. Everybody needs a little Now and Jen in their life. So
yeah, and she has much more to say about it, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll have her on and we'll talk about being a mom and canning, and I think that's such a because it's not that she grew up doing it, and that's what's beautiful about it is that she's deciding what her passions are now and not being afraid to try it. And so that's something for me.
Which is useful for everybody in their life. Like you're not who you're born. You're born who you decide to be.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You are who you decide to be. You are your choices.
Yes.
You get to make yourself into who you want to be. You're not stuck into whatever kind of pigeonhole people try to put you into.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I love that. I mean, I love that about her. She's such a strong, beautiful, but so she's the most tender and caring person. She's just amazing. So,
yeah, I'm a lucky man. And it's neat. I also, and this is, for me, thinking long term, both with her and her blog, and also me being able to kind of write here and there for it. It's neat to me to think that, everybody's always like, isn't it so weird that when your kids are like 20, they're going to be able to watch like hundreds and hundreds of episodes of Supernatural and see how you and Jen met and this and that. I'm like, that is weird. It's cool. It's really neat. I hope they dig the show. I hope they're proud of their daddy. But I also would love, like my dad's still alive. My dad and mom are still alive. They're actually on their way to Austin right now. I wish my dad had kept a diary. I wish my mom had kept a diary.
Yeah.
I wish they'd written down thoughts every month, every 2 months. Hey, guys, this is July 1986. This month sucked. I lost my job. We had a water main break and insurance wouldn't cover it. And so, your mom and I aren't eating dinner, but we want you to. And we're not going to tell you right now, you're going to have no effing idea.
Yeah.
Right.
But one of these days, I just want you to know, and this is now November 1987. This month was great. Yeah. I got an early bonus check for Christmas. We took you guys out to Fuddruckers. Yeah. And, we were able to give you each $1 to play the basketball shooting game, and you'll have the time of your lives. And so I think this is what's selfishly, it's a really neat opportunity that I'm grateful for to have something that when I'm gone, my kids can look at, their kids can look at and meet grandpa,
Yeah. Yeah. We talk about the same things about shows and stuff.
Which
and
is why we connect
is.
so much. Like, that's why we hit off so well, is because I think of all our passions are pretty much the same. The core passions of what we want to do and raising our kids and to be amazing, loving people. And so, it's such a blessing. And I think the blog is a blessing and something you could do later on. And Jep, I think having that male role model out there would be powerful, and that impact. So.
Absolutely. Cool. And also, I think and Jep will back me up, one of the cool things about being a quote unquote male role model is when you're honest and you say, like, man, honest to God, we ain't here without you and Jen. We ain't here without the female. Like y'all make us look good, but we all know who does all the real work. Yes. Yeah. It's neat. Stop. No, keep going. Keep going. It's neat. It's also neat, and you guys have worked your asses off and been smart and, you are able to provide more for your kids than your parents were able to provide for you. I'm in the same situation. So it's neat for me. It's important for me and neat, but it's important for me that my kids see that this isn't just magic.
Right.
They have clothes and we went out to eat last night and they want they want to buy a toy. Okay, we can afford a toy.
Right.
But I look at the silver lining of me having to leave for so long, or you guys waking up and getting to work before your kiddos woke up, is like, okay, they see mommy and daddy are sacrificing. Like this isn't just you get a magic bullet and you push a button and you have all this cool stuff you want. It's like, no, man, like we're doing it day in, day out. So I think both with y'all's podcast and all y'all's work, and hopefully with Jen's blog and whatever we're kind of able to work together on, I hope it kind of, that it'll help tell them that for many years to come.
Well, they'll see that work. They'll see the sacrifice.
Well, awesome, dude.
Yeah, thanks so much, Jared.
Thanks for coming.
We kept you too long. I'm sorry.
No. It's amazing.
It was fun. Once we get to talking, we just can't
stop. It's hard to stop.
Yeah, I think we've probably talked for 8, 9, 10 hours at a time. Yeah. I'm like, what time is it? We got to
we got to go to bed. We got to get up at 7 with babies.
All right, cool. We'll see you later, J-Rod.
Thanks,
guys.
Jared.
Love y'all.
All right, love you too. Bye, guys. Thanks for joining us on the Jep and Jess Show.
Peace out.
Thanks for listening to the Jep and Jess Show. Check out new podcasts every Wednesday at podcastone.com, the Podcast One app, or subscribe on iTunes.
Have you heard Spike's Car Radio? It's comedian, actor, writer Spike Ferriston sitting on the porch in Malibu talking with some cool people about cool cars and life in general.
My first guest is Jerry Seinfeld. He's right here. He was all right. Don't try to hug him.
Chris Hardwick.
I could feel everything on the road. I mean, it was basically it was like unprotected sex for driving.
Jeremy Piven.
You know what? I think you and Jerry are spiritually tied to cars, and I respect it and I love it, but I don't quite get it yet, but I want to get it.
Download new episodes of Spike's Car Radio every Wednesday on the Podcast One app, or save time and subscribe now at Apple Podcasts or at podcastone.com.
Lunch with the President. I'm Ed Donahue with an AP News Minute. President Trump told GOP senators to get a health care bill together.
It wasn't hard. We're close. I think we're a lot closer than people understand, and we have to pull it through. So important.
He wants senators to stay into the August break until they have a bill. There'll be a vote next week on a repeal of the Obama Affordable Care Act. 3 Republicans, including West Virginia's Shelley Moore Capito, say they'll vote no.
We promised that we would repeal and replace. We want to do that, but we want to do it the right way. So nobody said it was going to be easy. Obviously it isn't, and we're still working hard at it.
A new AP NORC poll shows 13% supporting Republican moves to repeal Obamacare without a replacement. A high school principal in Florida has been demoted after he had his math teachers do his son's middle school algebra assignments. One teacher told investigators he did the homework out of respect for the principal. Stocks are higher before the close. I'm Ed.